We go to Ethan, who's on the line in Raleigh, North Carolina. Ethan, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Ken, great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you, sir. How can I help?
So currently, Ken, I work for a family business, actually just in line with what the previous call was, in a real estate appraisal office. Love the job, love the company, love the atmosphere, but really my passion is in college football. I was a student manager when I was in college for the football team and graduated and wanted to get into that industry. But the year that I graduated, all of the coaches that were working there previously were let go. Our head coach was fired, and all of those coaches were sent out elsewhere, pretty much to all corners of the country. I stayed in touch with the coach that I worked under for the defensive backs when I was in school, and he is now currently at Clemson. Actually, just won a national championship.
Wow.
Yeah. So a great connection to have, but really just fearful of making the move and trying to get back into college football. I guess it's really a big fear of the failure of not being successful in getting that job. I know it's a really cutthroat industry to get into, and it takes a lot of connections to make yourself successful in that industry. And I'm also poised to take over my family business in the next 3 years when my parents get ready to retire. So, throwing in that fear of disappointing mom and dad and getting to where I am now and then not taking over the family business, I guess that's all just kind of bundled into one to where I am currently.
This is simple, dude. This couldn't be any simpler. Couldn't be any clearer to me. What do you want to do? Tell me. 10 years from now, where do you want to be? What do you want to do?
I want to be the director of football operations at a Division I college.
Yeah, that's how. By the way, that sentence right there, that's how you say that to mom and dad. Exactly that way.
And they've been very supportive. An opportunity semi-presented itself a year ago. A connection of mine reached out and said, "Hey, I may have an opportunity for you coming up in the next few months. If I give you a call and say, hey, do you want to go to work with us? Would you be willing to come?" And at that point, had been working for my parents for about a year and a half. And I remember I walked away from that conversation and called my dad. And before I could really get much out, he said, "What happened? What just happened?" He could hear it in my voice how excited I was. And they are very supportive of me in pursuing that dream.
So wait a second. Time out. There's no need for you to be afraid of anything with mom and dad anymore. I've already heard enough. So mom and dad are already supportive. So we get to cross that fear off. The fear is that you will step into this thing, leave the family business, and you got a lot of friends and probably other family members who are going to make some snide comments. Some of them won't say anything at all, but you're worried that they're going to go, Ethan's lost his mind. He could run this thing, and he's going to go out there and fill up Gatorade buckets. That's what you're worried about people thinking. Now, I know it's more than that, but that's what you're really dealing with. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You're right.
I know. And you got mom and dad's support, so to me, that's the only thing that matters. I really don't care what your cousin or Uncle Larry think. I don't care at all. What I care about is Ethan not being 50 years old, looking back and regretting that you never went after what it is that you really wanted to do. I don't want Ethan being 45, watching football on a Saturday afternoon, feeling like you're a million miles away, like you're watching from Mars, and all you want to do is be on the sideline and smell the sweat and slap a guy on the pads and be a part of a great team. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 27, and that's how I feel when I go to a football game now. So
I know. That's why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. I'm trying to get your heart pulsating out of your chest.
It is.
Listen, dude. I know
part nerves, but also excitement.
Yeah, but again, what are you nervous about? That it takes you a little longer than you thought? I think you're mostly.
Oh no, I'm talking nerves of being nervous of talking to you right now. That's the nerve part. I'm not nervous about the football thing. I was more nervous of talking with you. But
dude, you should see me. I'm barely 5'9", and how could I possibly intimidate anybody? So anyway, back to the reality. You got to call the guy back that called you, and you told him what? What did you tell him?
So when me and him spoke a year ago, I told him, I said, I'll be ready. You call me, and I'm in to do to do whatever. And that opportunity would have been an opportunity for him being a new coach somewhere else and being able to bring someone in with him. And that's, I've really learned that in this industry that's how it functions a lot of times.
Of course.
Is that, someone gets a new position at a new school and they're able to say, hey, I got a guy that does this.
Yeah.
Would you be good to bring him on? And, so when that didn't occur for that other coach that I had talked to, now I'm in a position where, I know that didn't take place, and so I really got my hopes up for that, and it didn't happen.
It's fine. Here's the deal: calling back.
It's really just a reaching out thing and saying, "Hey, I'm good to go." But
that's it.
It's hard to get into a spot, and I guess that's my big fear now is just putting myself out again, because I've done this a few times and just kind of really put a run on it, and then heard nothing back.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ethan, I can't tell you how many times I got no response from radio program directors in the Atlanta area. I mean, not even a courtesy email. Yeah. I would have just preferred somebody email me, hey, dude, go pound sand. Don't ever email me again. That would have felt better than crickets, but that's not an excuse. You're a big guy. Put your big boy pants on. You know a guy that works at Clemson right now. And I'm not saying you're going to get the Clemson job, but, dude, that's a leadership culture there. John Gordon is a personal friend of mine, one of my good friends. He's an advisor of Dabo Swinney's. I know what kind of culture that is down there. It's a great place to work. Go for it. Call that guy up and say, hey, I'm 27 years old. I'm willing to eat ramen noodles for 2 years. I'll be the equipment manager. At 27, if you can sock some money away, you just need to get on a football team. You just need to get in. Don't shoot too high. Shoot high, but also be okay going low. And get on a football team. Go work for App State. Yeah, get on some team. Go to Liberty University. They're Division I. Get on some team and get in, and all these coaches move around and go to every coach's function, go to every team. There's got to be some world out there where directors of operations gather. They probably gather at the national championship game, or I don't know. Here's what I know. College basketball has the Final Four, and it's the convention. It's the association gathering of every team. Go there, and you meet everybody. You know how to get in. You know at least 2 people. You didn't tell me where the one coach was from. I know you know one from Clemson. That's 2. So you just start looking out. Here's the deal. You live in Raleigh, North Carolina. You got NC State. You got Wake Forest. You got Duke. Shoot for all of those, but do something for the local community college. Got a football team. I don't care. At 27, I'm going to jump on the ladder. I don't care where on the ladder. I'm just getting on the ladder. Period. And I know at 29, 30, I'm probably making pretty good money, and I'm in, and I'm building relationships, and I'm diving into leadership. I'm doing what Dabo Swinney's doing. I'm going, hey, the top coaches are out there, and they're creating a culture. They're not just Nick Saban and process. They're loving on kids, and they're creating a leadership culture, and they're teaching these kids leadership stuff. Folks, you don't know this about Dabo Swinney, but that's what he's doing at Clemson. He's not just creating a checklist and running a program on the field. It's off the field. And so my point is this. If you want to be a director of operations for a football program, what are some other assets and intangibles that you can bring to the table besides just doing what football programs do? And at 27, you got nothing but a beautiful ladder ahead of you. Stop being scared. Go for it.